A question for God. When God interrupts you, pause for a moment, right here. Don't scroll, don't rush past this, and don't tell yourself you'll come back later. Because moments like this don't arrive loudly. They arrive quietly, and they never arrive without meaning. The fact that you stopped, that you're still here, is not random. Something unseen gently guided your attention to this moment. This is not just another video playing in the background. This is not noise to fill the silence. This is not something meant to be half heard. This is a pause, a question, a gentle interruption. And sometimes God interrupts not with answers, but with stillness. Why this moment feels different? You felt it, didn't you? That subtle calm, that soft sense of familiarity, that quiet feeling of safety you couldn't explain. That wasn't curiosity. That wasn't coincidence. That was recognition. Something in you recognized this moment as necessary. God doesn't interrupt to scare you. He interrupts to steady you. He doesn't stop people who are lost beyond hope. He stops people who are deeply loved and carrying more than they were meant to carry alone. You've been strong for too long. You've been moving forward for a long time, carrying responsibility, holding things together, being dependable, being the strong one, even when no one noticed, even when no one asked how you were really doing. And somewhere along the way, you didn't break, you just became tired. Not weak, not faithless, just weary. And God says, I interrupted you because you don't have to do this alone. That's why this moment feels gentle. That's why it feels personal. That's why your breathing slowed when you stopped. You weren't failing. You weren't falling behind. You were tired of surviving without rest. So God gave you rest. The quiet ache you couldn't name. That quiet ache you've been carrying, it wasn't emptiness. It wasn't dissatisfaction. It wasn't a lack of faith or gratitude. It was your heart asking to be reminded that you are seen. You tried staying busy. You tried staying positive. You tried staying strong. But your soul wasn't asking for distraction. It was asking for alignment. And alignment brings peace. This interruption is not correction. It's reassurance. God is not disappointed in you. He's not rushing you. He's not measuring your progress. He's reminding you that you are still held. That's why life feels quieter lately. That's why stillness feels inviting. That's why some things feel quieter than before. Not because you're losing direction, but because clarity is returning. God interrupts when you've been giving more than you've been receiving. Hear this gently. You were never meant to earn love. You were never required to prove your worth. You were never forgotten during the waiting. And that quiet pull you've always felt towards something more, even when life seemed fine, that's not restlessness. That's purpose remembering itself. About the delays you didn't understand. Think about what didn't work out. The plans that changed. The doors that stayed closed. The seasons that lasted longer than you expected. You thought God was silent, but He was steady. Some delays weren't denial, they were protection. God kept you from carrying what you weren't ready to hold yet. He kept you safe from rushing into something that would have cost you peace. God isn't rearranging your future right now. He's steadying your heart. You've been strong for so long that you forgot what it feels like to simply be held by God. So He says, rest with me before you move again. This interruption is not a setback. It's grace. Nothing you went through was wasted. The waiting taught trust. The silence deepened faith. The uncertainty strengthened hope. The stillness restored peace. You thought nothing was happening, but heaven was working quietly. God interrupts when reassurance is needed before movement begins. That's why this moment feels calm. Peace is settling where anxiety once lived.
What comes after this pause? After this, things won't feel as heavy. Your thoughts will slow. Your heart will soften. God isn't asking you to do more. He isn't asking you to hurry. He isn't asking you to be perfect. He's offering alignment. And when alignment comes, what's meant for you doesn't arrive with pressure. It arrives with peace. You won't need to force what belongs to you. What's truly yours will come with ease. God didn't interrupt you to warn you. He interrupted you to reassure you. You are safe. You are guided. You are not alone. A question for God. If something in you just relaxed, if hope quietly returned, if your heart softened even slightly, that's not imagination. That's reassurance. Take a slow breath. And if this moment met you where you are, write Amen in the comments, not for algorithms, but as agreement. If you want more moments like this, subscribe to A Question for God. This channel isn't noise, it's a place to breathe. And if you know someone who is tired, overwhelmed, or silently carrying too much, share this with them. Sometimes the greatest gift is reminding someone they are not alone. Stay gentle, stay open, stay close. This journey with God continues in peace.